wanted to show you an app launcher that I'm using for my
launcher. It basically changes the way that your home screens and some of the features.
And it was pretty cool from the get-go. It was easy to use, but I didn't like the way that apps would be available to me. I'd tap on a button that used to be right here in the middle, and it would open up a grid of apps. So I used to be in a list, and with this launcher, you simply slide over to the side, and you have all of your apps in a list right here. You can go alphabetical through them and launch them quickly. Alternatively, I can also tap on this home button. So if I'm anywhere in any of my home screens, I can tap on this button, and it pulls open my app. And if I tap and hold, or I could just simply go to this icon right here. There's also a quick launch for system settings, which for me isn't that big of a deal because in this version of Android, I could easily get to my settings. But notice that it's still less taps for me to get to system settings from here than it is for me to get to it from the pull-down notification screen. Now there's also manage apps. Oh, let's get back here. Manage apps, which I like being able to get to this quickly because I'll install apps and then uninstall them relatively quickly if they don't fit what I thought they were going to do for me. So being able to access that quickly without tapping around through my system settings is fantastic. And then last but not least is settings for this specific launcher. If you need more or less home screen pages, you can select between 1 and 7 and have as many home screen pages as you need or just less. Like I have probably too many, I can go down to 3 easily and be just fine. Do you want a dock separator? Yes or no? Page indicators? Yes or no? Invisible action bar, I can turn that on and off. So just to show you the difference, the bar up at the top doesn't show now. If I go back into my settings, I can have that action bar show at the top. I'll probably leave it off, I kind of like that better. Our app drawer can have a different look. We can have this holo dark or a wallpaper background to that. Show section index, always dynamic or never. And then home button toggle, open or close. Hitting this button is always going to take me to my apps and open and close. If that becomes kind of annoying and I don't like that, I can turn that off. And it will always take me back to my home screen instead. So if I toggle that off and then click here, notice it's always going to take me to my home screen, whatever home screen I was most recently on instead. So I kind of like having it go back to my home screen because that's what I'm used to it doing. But I can always toggle apps here. I can toggle apps up here. Or if I leave that feature enabled, I can always use the home button. And then you can restart, of course, if this launcher is causing problems or something like that, you can restart it and get back, hopefully, to normal functionality. So for me, I really like this one. It makes it easier for me to navigate through my phone and access everything. It's not as big of a deal as it was before. On this device, it doesn't really change a whole lot, except for the fact that I love the way that the apps are listed here, and the fact that I get a little bit more of my main home screen real estate back. However, on a lot of other phones, it's going to make a huge difference, and it's going to change things a lot for the better. So I recommend checking it out if you're looking for a different launcher. I know that some launchers really drastically change the user experience on your device, and sometimes that's annoying. So